Alright, so, somebody tried to tell me that Charlie Kirk was indeed a supporter of violence, okay? And the reasoning of that was his comment about how a patriot should bail out Nancy Pelosi's husband's attacker from, like, a few years ago. So I decided to look up the clip to figure out what he said before and what he said after that, okay? And he did indeed say that a patriot should bail him out. But that only is an issue if you don't listen to what he said after and what the law is. Because what he said after he had said that he denounced the guy's violent actions, but at the exact same time he said that he should be bailed out so the public can ask him questions. Because that makes sense, right? Do people really trust the government all that much when it comes down to something like this? Especially because of how weird the videos are for it. And he also pointed out that if in Chicago people get arrested for murder, but then they get let out with a snap of a finger. So, but then this guy had like a 5 to 6 figure bail, and he was charged with pretty much everything you could get. Aggravated assault, attempted murder, breaking and entering, burglary. Pretty much every single charge that could have possibly been thrown at him was thrown at him. So Charlie was not saying, oh yeah, he didn't do anything wrong, bail him out, please, because he did nothing wrong. Charlie was saying we should bail him out so we can get details that don't come from the lips of the government. Because frankly, why would we trust the government with something like that? Okay, it doesn't make much sense. Especially because it was in a blue run area, and it was a blue person getting attacked. And then it's the Democrats who were talking about it and making all the claims, asking all the questions, releasing all the information. Like, there was no bipartisanship. Democrats were running everything behind the entire case. So it begs the question of how much of what they say can be trusted. And that's why Charlie said that the guy should be bailed out, because that's the only way the public is going to be able to ask him questions. So yeah, Charlie still did not support violence. Okay, now somebody also brought up with me, what was it? Oh yeah, someone tried once again to tell me that Charlie was racist, and it was over the comments saying that black women don't have the brain capacity to do jobs. But once again, like every single good and faithful Democrat, they took that out of context, because that's what Democrats love to do. They will hate context. And the context of that was he called out 4 specific people. He called out Kamala Harris, and 3 other black women who on air, had expressed the fact that they were only in those positions because of affirmative action, and one of them was a judge. One of them, I believe, was a Supreme Court justice, and another was a senator. So those women had indeed said that they were only there because of affirmative action. So yes, they do not have the brain capacity, especially when you look at them, and whenever you ask them a question as simple as "What is a woman?" they cannot answer that because they don't have the brain capacity to think. Okay, and it's kind of getting ridiculous. Alright, that's it for today's spiel. I have no idea where I am.